Hey, what's up YouTube? DIY guy here. Today we're working on my 2014 Honda Civic, and I'm going to be draining and refilling the coolant. It's not a full flush, but it is going to drain and refill the coolant. It's pretty straightforward, and I'm going to walk you through the steps, so let's get started. Okay, for today I'm going to be using the Peak blue coolant for Asian vehicles. I don't have the access to the original OEM Honda coolant right now, so I'm going to use this. It takes 1.48 gallons of coolant according to the manual, or 5.59 liters. Not sure if it'll take all of that, but we'll drain it and see how much we get out of there. Okay, now before you start this, the first thing you want to make sure is that your car is cool. Do not do this when it's hot. The cooling system is under pressure, so make sure your car has cooled down before you drain any of this stuff and start working on the cooling system. Since the first thing we need to do is drain the coolant, we need to find the plug. So if you look in the engine bay, I've got the light down there to kind of show you where it is. This white right down here. So you can see that. You just need to twist that. Make sure your drain pan is underneath there. If it's on too tight, which mine seems to be, you might need a pair of pliers to twist that. Again, it's right in the center there. It's that white. Okay, here's underneath the car. Here's another view of the drain plug. So it's a little bit easier to get to if you are underneath the car and have it jacked up. So right here, there's a hole here for the coolant to drain out of there, but what we need to do is get a pair of pliers on there and just twist that open. Make sure your drain pan is underneath. It's going to come out. And now that I've got it loose, I've got the drain pan underneath there. And you can hear it. So you can see it's going to splash quite a bit. So make sure you got a big drain pan underneath there. Okay, so I have drained all the coolant and I have reinstalled the plug. So now I'm going to take this off. Now again, don't want to do this when it's hot. So we're going to take that off. And then we're going to use the long funnel here. Put that in there, and we're going to fill that up with the coolant. Now this is pre-diluted, so it's a 50-50 mixture. So you've got to make sure when you buy it, make sure that you're getting either the 50-50 mixture, or that you make sure that you dilute it half coolant and half water. Okay, so I filled that up and put the top back on. Now the last thing I'm going to do is fill up the overflow tank here, which is just inside here by the battery. I just took the top off here, and I've got my flashlight shining down in there. You would have to look closely with your own flashlight. It's kind of down in here. There are some marks on the white tank that say min and max, so you'll know how much to fill that up. Okay, so the last step here is to check the coolant levels after the car has been run and gotten up to temperature. I did this with the system closed, the cap was on. I had everything up to temperature so that the thermostat would open up, circulate the coolant. Then you completely let everything cool down before you take this cap off. Make sure, again, everything's cool. We check in here and check the level so we can see the coolant there. Then the last thing we also want to do is check the overflow tank. Again, down in there, you'll need a flashlight to see the min and max marks on this overflow tank here to make sure the coolant level is at the correct mark there. Again, I think the manual says 1.48 gallons or 5.59 liters, but I actually used just about a gallon, maybe slightly under a gallon of coolant, because I didn't do a full flush. I did a drain and refill. So there is a little bit left in the engine block when you do that. So again, I used about a gallon. So I'll put everything in the description, and I hope this helps. If you do, you please like and comment on there, and subscribe to my channel, and I can make some more videos on this car. Thanks.